Welcome to the Athletic Brewing post-race report. Here are the pro highlights from the Athletic Brewing Ironman Lake Placid. Let's see how the race went down for the men, Meredith. Pretty crazy day out there.
A drama-filled day out there. We were on our feet the whole day thinking about this. They went off in Mirror Lake. It was a little chaotic at first, but perfect weather on the day. Let's see. Josh Amber got out in front. Lionel hung in there as best he could to start the day.
Yeah, no, nice and smooth swimming. Lionel tried to keep the gap as minimal as he could. We saw Matthew Marquardt in that front group. But as you said, Josh Amberger was the one at the front of the race, pushing the pace all the way around Mirror Lake. Even though they had that little cable, he was still able to use his strength to stretch it out. And it was Matthew Marquardt who really went to the front of the race once they hit dry land.
And he went to town in this regard. He biked. We talked about him for 4 hours and 16 minutes that he was on the bike.
Certainly did. Yeah, and then Lionel Sanders and Trevor Foley made pretty good effort to try to keep as close to Matthew Marquardt with, we had Arnaud Guillot behind him as well, Josh Amberger, but they couldn't get within over 8.5 minutes Matthew Marquardt had going into the marathon.
And again, for another hour or two, we talked about Matthew Marquardt before Trevor Foley took the lead with a few miles to go.
Yeah, it was hard fought. These guys pushed each other. Both walked at one point during the late stages of the run. Camaraderie for sure, but your first win at the Ironman Lake Placid by Trevor Foley, amazing performance by him.
What a day, because then Matthew Marquardt, who led most of the way, came in second with Lionel Sanders securing his Kona slot in third.
Let's take a look at the top 10 results by day's end. We had Trevor Foley in the lead, as we saw, Matthew Marquardt second, Lionel Sanders in third. Arnaud Guillot held strong to get fourth place. Chris Leiferman did the same for fifth. Matt Hansen in sixth, Jackson Laundrie, Tor Bendix Madsen, Bart Arnault, and Colin Zutsch rounded out the top 10. And let's see how that affected the overall standings for the Ironman Pro Series. And Meredith, Matt Hansen still at the top, and Jackson Laundrie moved back into second place where he was before, but he's got an Ironman score on the board. Colin Zutsch moved himself into third. Chris Leiferman, Matthew Marquardt moved up a ton of spots as well, as did Arnaud Guillot, Justin Reale. Trevor Foley moved up 28 positions. Sten Goetsauers stayed in ninth place. Lionel Sanders moved into 10. So looking at this board, a lot of effect Ironman Lake Placid had on the overall series. Now let's take a look at the women's race recap, Meredith.
What a day for all the women out there today. They got in Mirror Lake, crushed a 2.4 mile swim. We had a lot of leading by Lauren Brandon and Rachel Zelinkis in the swim. They had great camaraderie going back and forth, guiding their team of wonderful pro women along the way. It was a little hard the second loop, but Lauren came out first and got on the bike and led the way a lot of the way with Rachel.
Yeah, and then we had Danielle Lewis making her way through the field, and just actually a crash midway through the bike ride after almost making up 10 minutes on her competitors, but she was able to get back on that bike and keep going.
And Rachel Zelinkis was first off the bike by a few minutes. She did an excellent job. We talked about her for several hours. Former 2003 Ironman Lake Placid champion Alice Alberts held strong, held steady in third, and she ended up becoming closing out the podium in third at the end of the day.
Yeah, but it was Sarah True that made the lead early over Rachel Zelinkis and held on for a very, very long time. You see Danielle Lewis moving through the field, passing Zelinkis late in the first half of the marathon, and then Sarah True, our leader, drawn to a walk, but it was Danielle Lewis.
Danielle Lewis, wow, came from a 15-minute deficit out of the swim to take the Ironman title. Jackie Herring rolled in second. A fantastic day for this veteran. And Alice Alberts rounded out the podium. That was our women's podium right there. First, Danielle Lewis. Jackie Herring came in second. Alice Alberts in third. Zelinkis held on for fourth. Regan Hollyoak in fifth. Nina Darren, great race, sixth. Erin Schneckels, seventh. Georgia Pierrone in eighth. Penny Slater in ninth. And the top 10 finisher, Diana Franco.
And let's take a look and see how this race affected the series standings. Jackie Herring back on top, and Danielle Lewis moved into second place.
And there you have it. Alice Alberts, she creeped up 8 spots to 3rd. She's going to be beside herself with that. Maja Stage Nelson in 4th. Kylie Simpson, even though she had a DNF today, it's okay. She's holding strong in 5th. Daniela Blethmal in 6th. Kat Matthews 7th. Erin Schneckels holding strong in 8th. And Fenella Langridge and Lot Williams in 9th and 10th, respectively.
Yeah, so a lot of action out here in Lake Placid today. It was great to be able to see the men and women really move through that field as best they can, course records, various disciplines all throughout the day. And this has been the Athletic Brewing post-race report. The next Ironman Pro Series broadcast will be August 18th at the Mainova Ironman European Championship in Frankfurt. Watch live for free at proseries.ironman.com. Outside TV, DAZN, L'Equipe Live.